Hi guys, so today I'll be talking about my first week's impressions of my iPad Pro. So I have the 2020 iPad Pro with 1TB storage and 4G cellular connectivity, and I got Apple Care Plus with it as well. So here are my first week's impressions. One of the first things I noticed about this iPad is how thin it is. Like, oh my god, when they said 5.9mm thin, I didn't realize that was this thin. I didn't know what to expect, but holy crap. Now, if you've seen Jerry Rig Everything's video of him testing that, you would think, well, that's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. Well, a device this big would kind of need to be that thin in order for it to be light enough to be portable and to be able to carry around. So, it's something this big and that thin, especially if you put pressure on it, it's a bit bad. But if you have a cover on it, it'll be fine. How thin this is, it also allows for it to easily go into bags, and allows for you to easily hold it in your hand. Now, I have quite big hands. I can one-hand an iPad mini, no problem. So it's easy for me to hold this. So one hand, just either like this or like that, hold it like that. So it's not a big problem for me. For other people it might be. In that case, just get the 11-inch. The other nice addition that was added on the 2018 model, but obviously carried over to this model, is the Apple Pencil docking to the side, as you can see here. And that means that it docks to the side just like the Surface line has for years. I don't know why they did the original, but that's Apple for you. But it means, just like the Surface, you won't be able to lose the pencil. And also, I don't know if the Surface does this, but when the Apple Pencil is connected to the iPad, it's also charging. Which means you'll pretty much never run out of battery unless you use it for a few hours straight without charging it. Even then, 15 minutes of charging gives you like a few hours of usage anyways. So, because this is a 12.9-inch and the screen is so big, it is good for drawing and note-taking. I've been taking notes down for these videos and noting down video ideas for the future on this. And oh my god, it's so nice to be able to just lean on it and just like, it's so nice. Now, I don't need to draw on it to know that a big canvas is nice to draw on. If you don't like big canvases, you can get small ones. The options are there, so. But either way, this big canvas is good for drawing and note-taking. The next thing that I love in this thing are the speakers. They are amazing for a device like this. Like, it's that thin, you can hold it in your hands, and oh my god, they get loud, crisp, full. Everything is just... I listen to my music and my podcasts without headphones, unless it's like cursing or something, that'd be younger sister, etc. Yeah, I listen to pretty much everything, YouTube videos, Netflix, songs, podcasts, without headphones, because you don't really need them, unless you're going like really far away from it. One feature that I absolutely appreciate on this is drag and drop. I've already used it with the Notes app. I pulled a tab out from the Notes app, had two notes side by side, then copied, and then dragged and dropped the notes into the other tab to make a whole new note. So handy. The same thing with Affinity Photo. I made a thumbnail for this video. I got a picture from Google, dragged and dropped it from Safari into Affinity Photo. So nice to have. It makes it feel a lot more like a computer, although it's not a computer replacement just yet. So another use case I have for this iPad is consuming media. I watch YouTube videos, Netflix, I use Twitter, I use Discord. I pretty much use it for media consumption. The speakers for watching Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, they're amazing. The screen for going on Twitter and watching content is amazing. It's nice and bright and colorful, it's beautiful. The one thing about the screen is that it drains so much battery. Like, a device this big you'd think would have the best battery life out of all the iPads. It actually doesn't. It actually falls 4th in a battery test that I watched. 4th place out of all the iPads. The 11-inch came 2nd. So yeah, it pretty much hurts the battery life. Another good thing the screen and sound is good for is playing games. I love playing games on this iPad because, once again, with the big screen, the great sound, it makes them very immersive. I could just play games on this forever. The graphics. I've played Real Racing 3 on this and the graphics look great, and the A12Z chip handles the graphics with a breeze. No stutter, no lag at all. It's very powerful, which means it'll probably be very good for video editing as well, which I haven't had a chance to do. I still have to buy LumaFusion and I'm waiting for Final Cut Pro. So I've noticed also in Affinity, it is powerful. Now it does get hot, but honestly so does a laptop when you're doing that kind of stuff. I also got the 7-day free trial of Apple Arcade, and I love the games that are available on there. Now that's a whole other video, so I'm not going to go into that too deeply, but once again it's a great device for playing games on. Another thing that I love about iPads is the fact that you can use them in any orientation that you want. I know that this has existed on them for years, but still I haven't used my iPad mini in ages and I love having it back. Face ID. Face ID on the iPhone, it works 99% of the time for me. On the iPad, it works perfect, fast, etc. until the camera gets covered with your hands if you're holding it like this. Or sometimes even shadows or just like some object being over the camera, like it'll give the message the camera's blocked when it really isn't. So that can sometimes be a bit annoying. What can also sometimes be a bit annoying is that when it's laying flat down on a surface, it can't read you, so you either have to hold it up or move your head like this so the camera and sensors can see you. And if they can't see you and it fails, then you try again. The sensors take forever to see your face and unlock it. It gets a bit annoying. But all those things, all those issues can easily be solved by getting a case with a stand. They'll just prop it up like that and you won't have any problems at all. 3 cases I'd recommend are either Apple's Folio case, which can be expensive, or Urban Armageddon's Metropolis, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, or the Scout series from Urban Armageddon. Those two are cheaper, nearly half the price of the Apple case, so if you're don't care about thickness and all that, there you go. I will have the link to those 3 cases in the description below. Now the size of this iPad, since it's 12.9 inches, it's not really meant for portability. I was using it in the car the other day and it's like trying to use it, but I was parked. Don't worry, the car was parked, I wasn't moving. I had it like this in between the steering wheel and it was a bit awkward trying to like type on it with the touchscreen. It's not really meant to be portable, it's a bit big. Like it's not insanely difficult to bring around with you or anything. Like it's more portable than a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but it's less portable than an 11-inch iPad Pro. So if you're looking for portability, the 11-inch iPad Pro would probably be a better pick for you, especially if you want to prop it up, because for this you'll need a case, whereas with the 11-inch iPad Pro it's smaller, so it'll be a lot easier to just hold it and use it. But you most likely get a case for the iPad anyway, so for the 12.9-inch that won't really be an issue anyways. Another good thing the big size helps with is battery life. Like I said earlier, the display does drain a lot of battery, but at the same time it's still pretty good. I get about 8 to 10 hours depending on what I'm doing, screen brightness, etc. You want to plug it in if you're doing something like editing or photo in Affinity Photo or Photoshop. Most likely the same for video editing. Just like a laptop, you're going to want to have it plugged in. If you're doing stuff like watching videos on Netflix or YouTube, you'll be fine. Don't need to worry about it too much, since I'm sure you're not watching them for like 8 hours straight anyways. If you go and leave it down over a few hours, it barely loses anything. You don't need to worry about it. So battery life, it's fine. It gets the 8 to 10 hours that Apple claims, depending on what you're doing. In conclusion, I love this device. Consuming content on it is great, and so far, creating content on it seems to be great as well, since I haven't had a chance to draw or edit videos on it yet. But the editing in Affinity Photo, it's pretty good. I really like it actually. Probably going to be using it more than my laptop. So my full review of it will go into greater detail of everything. So be looking out for that. And thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. What's your favorite thing about the new iPad Pro? Bye!